Hello YouTube, Steven here, and as you may know, StarCraft 2 has already been released and it's already a massive game. And seems as how I'm new to the game, I needed a guide. I never played StarCraft 1 or any RTS game in fact, so this is my first RTS game ever. So saying that, let's take a look at the first guide I'll be reviewing today, which is the Shokz StarCraft 2 guide. Shokz guide was created by a guy named John Greenhoe. He was one of the top players in the beta, and I believe he was well known in the StarCraft 1 community. And right when you go into the members area, you can see that it's very well laid out. It gives off a professional feel to it. There's beginners guides, general guides, Terran guides, Protoss guides, Zerg guides, team guides, and there's even a galaxy editor guide. There's many tricks and tips in this guide, such as the Zelnog cliff trick and the Void Ray Rush guide, which I like. Oh yeah, and although he has a lot of videos on they're all on YouTube and doesn't give a members exclusive deal, and I paid $37 for this guide, and other people can just watch these videos on YouTube for free. So that was a negative for this guide. And these videos aren't his. Most of them aren't his. So it's other people trying to sit. It's other people saying what they want and not saying what Shokz is trying to convey. For me as a beginner, I don't think this guide has helped me that much, but I'm positive that it will help me in the future when I'm pretty decent at the game. And overall, it's a good guide for returning players, but I don't think it's a guide for the beginner levels. Now, the second guide that I want to cover is Joanna's StarCraft 2 strategy guide. And yes, it's the same Joanna that we all know from World of Warcraft. He was the one that won the 1 through 50 competition in World of Warcraft, and he currently has a 1 through 80 guide. And so he's accepted as a pro gamer from a large number of people. And like Shokz guide, his guide is also web-based, and his guide differs from Shokz guide. There's some things in both guides that are similar, but for the most part, they're totally different. Now, Joanna has things like specific race versus race strategies, while Shokz guide doesn't. And Shokz guide has a lot more videos than Joanna does, but in Joanna's videos, the videos are exclusive and not on YouTube, and Joanna himself comments on these videos, so he conveys it better than anyone can. And one thing I like about Joanna's guide is that it's all on one page, so if you want to get to the bottom, then you have to read through all of the content first. And let's see, well, that's really helpful for someone that has OCD like me. And oh yeah, one thing that I hate about this guide is that the scroll bar does not work in Google Chrome. I mean, it works in everything else, every other browser, but in Google Chrome it does not work. Now I talked to Joanna himself, and he said that he will fix this soon, and he is adding a lot more videos in the near future. Overall, this guide is great, and I believe it's for all players, whether new or returning, or even if you are in the Platinum League. And I like that these both guides are web-based because they can constantly update the guides, so it's easier for us to access. And personally, in my opinion, I like Joanna's guides better, but don't take my word for it. You should try it out for yourself and tell me which one you like better. Both these guides have a 60-day money-back guarantee, so you really have nothing to lose. Now, one thing I forgot to mention is that both these guides are $37, and they were $27 before, but I've talked to both of these guys, Joanna and Shokz, and they said that they will be raising the price in the near future. And so save yourself some money and buy it as soon as you can. That was it, and bye, and thank you.